Edmundston was a very interesting place. The past few days went by in kind of a blur, and now I'm sitting near Green River, New Brunswick, in the middle of the night, recording this voiceover after I kind of had to skip town quick. So the last you heard from me was the 28th, and I had found a little park beside the water and was just hanging out with Cody and making bacon and meeting people, and it was generally a pretty good time. It's been a bit rainy, so just hanging out and being lazy with the kitty. She's eaten lots and she's gotten used to the litter box really quickly now. So we're just hanging out in a little park in Edmundston. There's a pretty cool walking bridge out there that goes out over the river and then down some paths and towards town. And it's a nice spot. Run into lots of friendly people around here so far. We met a lady named Anjami there, who is a fellow traveler, traveling much lighter than me though, just with a backpack and really roughing it. But we hit it off good. She's so kind. She made me kind of a smudge stick sort of incense thing out of cedar boughs that she collected, and the cat's been playing with it. It has to dry out before I can burn it, so for now it's a cat toy. She doesn't tear it up too bad. But so the 29th was spent pretty much all day. It was raining off and on, and I just hung out with the cat, taking care of her, watching as she gets better. She's eating a lot more, and I make sure she gets out in the grass as much as possible to run around and breathe fresh air and move around and get a feel for the world. So hung out a nice bit with Anjami. She's a beautiful soul. Had really nice ways of looking at things. And yeah, so the 29th there was nice, and then the 30th was pretty great too. I woke up and went about my day sort of, making some coffee on the Coleman stove, even though I'm parked right in a parking lot of a marina sort of a spot. People didn't care. Most everyone walking by seemed pretty interested just in the build that I've got here, and nobody was telling me I had to get, so I felt like sticking around. And then a girl named Stephanie came over. She noticed the bright colored canoe and get chatting, and she says, "Why don't we put it in the water and go for a paddle?" So the river was gross. Like, I'm lucky I was able to take a dip in it the other day, because something must have happened upstream to make it as dirty as it is running. But we went for a nice paddle in the river. She wasn't helping paddle too much, but it was fun. And then we get back to the truck and hang out a bit and hitting it off pretty good. We ended up going back roading and then having some beers and spent the night together and didn't get a whole lot of sleep. It was good. So then I woke up this morning and was able to have a shower and do my laundry at Stephanie's. And then we spent the rest of the day together, took the cat to the botanical gardens near Edmundston, and it is absolutely beautiful there. And there was kids there, and because we were carrying the cat around, the kids just went nuts for her, and the cat got tired right out by all the attention. And generally a good day until the evening when I told Stephanie that, like, I'm going to be hitting the road tomorrow and I want to get a good night's sleep, so I'm just going to drop you off at home. And she didn't want to take that for an answer and was starting to get very belligerent about the situation. So eventually I asked her enough times to, like, have some respect. She's lady a good few years older than me. She should know what she's doing by now in life, but no, she screaming in my ear and acting a fool, so I kind of just opened the truck door and shoved her out. Then I took off down the road in case she felt like walking around looking for me. The truck is really obvious to the eye, and she wasn't in a good mood. She didn't like to hear no for an answer. I've never been in such a situation before, so I decided to just skip town and head east towards Fredericton. I'm sorry, Anjami, if you ever hear something about this. I don't have her number, but I do want to apologize to Anjami because I told her that she could ride in the truck with me when I leave town. We were going to go to Campbellton, which is out more towards the ocean, where now, because I just got soured completely on what was going on in Edmundston, things can go from a fun time to a bad time in the blink of an eye sometimes. So I took off down the road. I'm glad I didn't have any drinks with Stephanie when she was trying to get me to have some. I already woke up with a good enough hangover today from last night. But, yeah, I felt the need to skip town, so I hopped on the highway a little ways and found a rest stop near Green River, and that's where I'm recording this voiceover from. Tomorrow I'll make some more miles, but really it's just about laughing it off now. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few mistakes you only make once or twice. I'll probably make this mistake again. So I got a pretty good night's sleep at the rest stop, and now I'm talking to you from July 2nd, when I've made it to Fredericton now, and I'm just working on the video before I upload it. I started the day in Grand Falls. After a short little bit of a drive, we got there, me and Cody, and took a little rest stop there, and they are a grand set of falls. That's an awesome spot. So let the cat walk around a bit in the park nearby, get a little exercise. She is doing great every single day now. Eating lots and putting on weight and getting playful now. I made a little toy for her out of some string, and it's good to see. Can't believe how rough shape she was in when I found her, and how quick she's bounced back. It's not even a week, but this cat is gonna be just fine. One of her eyes looked like it was a little infected, and I thought if it stays like that for another day or two, I'm gonna have to take her to a vet. And I guess I am gonna have to take her to a vet eventually for shots and stuff, all the stuff that a kitty is supposed to get. But for now, she just needs time and rest and food. She's really good when driving down the road anyways, though. The vibration of the truck must be soothing for her, because she just falls asleep and wakes up every now and then to want to try and crawl under my feet, and that's not bad.